Let's consider this question together. We are asked to determine the value of x, which satisfies the equation 4 log base 16 raised to x equals log base 4 into x plus 12, right? This is actually a wild question. Now, the first thing I notice in this question is that the bases are different. I'm having 16 here and I'm having base 4 here, right? So what I want to do is to make the bases the same, right? Now I notice that between 16 and 4, the lowest base or the smallest base here is 4, right? So I can express 16 as a base of 4, right? And I can decide to make both of them a base of 2, right? So I want to first work on the bases, right? I'm gonna do change of base, right? But this change of base, I'm only going to work on the left hand side, right? Because I want to work on this 16. I want to reduce it to a base of 4 so that it's going to be uniform. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So because there's a 4 here, I want to make this one to a base of 4 so it's not going to stress me out, right? So assuming there was a base 2 here, now I will have to change this to a base of 2. So since there's a base of 4 here, I'll have to work on this to change it to a base of 4 so that it's going to be uniform, right? So I'm changing the left hand side only to a base of 4. How do I work on or make a change of base? When you want to work on a change of base, let's call that side y, right? Let's call that side I want to work on. What is on the left hand side here is 4 log 16 raised to x, right? So I'm going to call this whole thing, I'm going to call it p, right? I want to change the base, right? So first thing I want to do is to take this 4, like a reverse of it, right? Remember, we have a law of logarithm that says when you have log a b raised to c, this c comes to the back and multiplies the log. So we have c log ba, right? So I can reverse and take this back up here, right? So I want to do that here. Taking the 4 back up, I have log base 16 x raised to 4, right? I just made the reverse of that, is equal to p. I believe that's clear, right? So from here, what's the next thing I want to do? I want to cross multiply, right? When I cross multiply, 16 is going to take this power here, so I'm having 16 raised to p, and that will be equal to x raised to 4. So I have 6. Let's ignore the log now, right? So I'm cross multiplying, let's make it equals to, or we can, since this is a log, the other side is going to be a log, so we can say this is log 16 x raised to 4, and that's going to be equal to log p, right? Let's make it like that so that both sides, so it's not going to confuse us, right? So we can, since we have log on both sides, we can trash them out, right? Now I see that they are gone. What do we have left? We have 16x raised to 4 is equal to p. So when I cross multiply, I'm having 16 raised to p, and that's equal to x raised to 4, right? So I just did a cross multiplication here. So 16 taking p and this one taking 1 there, this over 1 here, right? So we have that. So from here I can now introduce the log I want to work with, right? This, I'm trying to change the base, right? So I want to introduce the log I want to work with, and the log me I want to introduce is base 4 from the question. I'm seeing 4 here. So assuming you want to change it to base 2, when you get to this junction, since it's 2 you want to use, you introduce the new base. You introduce the new base, right? So what's the new base I want to introduce? I want to introduce base 4, right? I want to introduce base 4 in this case. So what am I doing? I'm doing log 4, which is what I want to put, then into the same thing here, 16 raised to p, right? And that's equal to the same thing here too, log 4 then x raised to 4. Are you seeing that? So from here I can now, the law I just gave you before, that this p is going to come and multiply the log. So I have p log 4 log base 4 raised to 16, right? Log 16 raised to base 4 is equal to 4 multiplies the log here too, so I have 4 log x base 4, right? So from here I can work on this left hand side, right? Nothing is wrong with the right hand side, right? So I can work on the left hand side because I can express 16 as in a base of 4. That's 4 raised to power 2. It's going to give me 16, right? So this leaves me with p log 4 raised to 4 raised to 2. So I have this because 16 is also 4 raised to 2, right? So I just express 16 as a base of 4, and that's equal to what I have here, 4 log x base 4. So the power here also multiplies the log. So I have p times 2, right? P was here before, so 2 is coming to multiply p. Then log 4 base 4, right? So I have that's equal to 4 log x base 4. So remember in law of logging that when you have log a, the same base and the same log is going to give you 1, right? So when I'm having 4 here, this is going to be 1, right? Which means I'm going to have, this means p times 2 times this whole thing now is 1, because the same log and the same base gives me 1, and that's equal to 4 log x base 4. So multiplying what I have here, I have 2p equals 4 log x base 4. Divide both sides by 2 here to get the value of p, right? When this cancels, I have that p will be equal to 4 divided by 2 gives me 2 log x base 4. This is the value of p. Don't forget that this is not the final answer, right? I just did change of base, right? So I'm going to come back to this place now and replace it, right? So this p now, I'm going to replace it in this question. So instead of me putting this here now, I'm going to put what I just got here, right? The value of p that I just got here, right? I'm going to replace it with what is here before. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So what I have there is going to be 2 log x base 4 is equal to, here what I have here now, log base 4 log x plus 12 base 4, right? Now, having achieved this, I've achieved the fact that I've made both bases the same, base 4 base 4. Now what I want to do next, let these two, I'm going to make a reverse, like an inverse of this. Let these two go back up here, right? So I'm having log x raised to power 2 base 4, right? Then it's equal to log x plus 12 base 4, right? From here, since I have log 4 and log 4 on both sides, they can trash out, right? So I just have x to power 2 equals x plus 12, right? So this has become quadratic. I collect like terms. I have x to power 2 minus x minus 12 equals 0. So we're going to solve this using the quadratic formula. What does this state? It says minus b plus or minus square root, the value of x is equal to this, b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. This is the quadratic formula. So this is my a, this is my b, this is my c. So a here is literally the number in front of x squared, that's the value of a, and b here is the number in front of x, then c is the number here, that is this minus 12 is my c. So I'm just saying that my a is 1 from here, the number at the front of this is 1. Then my b here is there's a minus 1 here, my b here is minus 1, and my c here is this is my c minus 12, right? So I'm going to put all this into this formula, right? So I have x to be equal to minus b, there's a minus outside, then my b originally is a minus 1, then plus or minus square root of my b squared is minus 1, so I'm having a minus 1 squared, right? Then minus 4 times a, my a here is 1, right? So I have 1 times my c, sorry there's a minus here together with the 12, so my c here is minus 12, and all of this is all over 2 times a, and my a is 1, so it's 2 times 1, right? So I have this. So simplifying for that, I have that x will be equal to Minus minus gives me plus 1, right? Let's just take the plus away, so I just have 1 there, right? So this is 1 plus or minus the square root of minus 1 square is minus 1 times minus 1, that gives me plus 1, right? Then minus minus gives me plus. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 12 is 48, right? All over 2. So x would be equal to 1 plus square root of 49 over 2, right? And 49 is a perfect square of 7, right? So we have x to be equals to 1, plus or minus, right? So I have 1 plus or minus 7 over 2. So it typically means that x is equal to 1 plus 7 over 2, which is giving us 8 over 2 equals 4, or x equals 1 minus 7 over 2, which gives us minus 6 over 2 equals minus 3. But the value of x cannot be negative in this case, right? It cannot be negative in this case, so we say the value of x is 4. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.